Oh, hi folks. Well, the new She-Hulk series is out, and it's exactly as I thought it was gonna be. One giant intersectional feminist dumpster fire. Join me on this adventure of self-loathing and pain, because that's the only logical reason I could think that anyone would go and watch this crap. If I learned anything from watching She-Hulk, is that men can be broken down into 3 different categories: incompetent moron, duplicitous asshole, or potential rapist. That's right folks, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, is all about the misandry. And before some brainlet leaves a comment in my comment section saying, "Oh, there's no misandry, you're not oppressed." Well, first off, you're a fucking retard. The definition of misandry is the hatred of, contempt of, prejudice against men. And that's exactly what this TV show is, a love letter to misandry. So here we are, not even 2 minutes into the show, and we get this scene.
Can prove that's not the case.
More smiles.
Feminist trope number 1. Smile, ladies.
And you win the case. And you are not helpful here at all.
I feel like this is gonna land better coming from me. Now, look, we got plenty of time to switch things up and let me do the closing.
Feminist trope number 2. Men don't listen to women in the workplace. Now, this is one thing I always found kind of funny, because this exact same thing applies to men. If you don't have anything worthwhile saying, no one's gonna listen to you.
Dennis, you aren't aware of this, but I will kill you and Jen will prosecute.
Feminist trope number 3. The feminist power fantasy. Wanting revenge on a male who may have slighted you in some form or fashion.
So I'm just gonna get away with it.
Only because it's a conflict of interest, not because I condone murder. Bye, Dennis.
You're gonna listen to a paralegal over another lawyer?
You didn't believe I was
Okay, this is unprofessional.
Now, if she didn't want Dennis's feedback, why the hell did she have him in the room to begin with? Other than to demonstrate one thing, that Dennis is an incompetent moron, who obviously can't see Jen's greatness. Here we are, we're only one scene in, and we're already getting the hero's journey. And I'll be honest with you folks, this opening scene really does set up the show. Jennifer Walters is already perfect, and the world would be a better place if they actually went and recognized it. And every subsequent scene just goes and builds on top of that. Now, this next scene we've pretty much already seen. It's Jennifer Walters virgin shaming Captain America. And we all know if the shoe was on the other foot, there will be outrage about a man virgin shaming a woman.
Seems like he was pretty busy.
All you're doing is repeating everything that I've already told you about my friend and colleague.
Obviously, Captain America wasn't virgin.
You gotta love double standards. Women drivers, am I right, folks? Relax, feminist nutjob screeching in my comments, calling me a sexist. It was a joke. Mostly. Now, before I continue, we need to talk about the origins of She-Hulk. Now, Jennifer Walters is Bruce Banner's cousin. She was shot, Bruce ends up giving her a blood transfusion to save her life, and she becomes She-Hulk. Obviously, this has been changed for the series. In consulting the manual on intersectional feminist writing, a woman can't get her power from a man. Now, I want you to pay very close attention to this clip, because I want to see if you notice something. That's right, Jennifer Walters cuts her wrist. I think you know where this is going. Naturally, Bruce Banner is a manzel and has to be saved by a woman. And in doing so, well, there is a mixing of blood which gives her the powers of the Hulk. This is the exact same thing that they did in Captain Marvel. Like I said, a female character can't get her power from a man. In the next scene, Jen finds her way over to a bar where she goes and gets herself cleaned up.
Oh, girl, what happened to you?
Who did this to you?
Are you okay?
Okay, no judgments, but whoever did this to you does not care about you.
You do not need him.
Or her.
Or them.
Oh, hey, look, folks, a they-them comment. Because you know, it's 2022. God, I hate this reality. I really do. I swear that when they turned on the CERN Hadron Collider, reality went full retard.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
So Jen gets herself all cleaned up and is ready for her cousin to go and pick her up. And then we're treated to this, Jim.
Well, ladies' night was a bust.
Take care, guys. So where we going, fellas?
I don't know.
What's the word?
He has the keys.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
You with anyone?
I'm waiting for my ride.
What's your name?
I think my boyfriend's just...
Oh, come on. Where you going? Let us keep you
Hey,
company.
we're just being friendly.
Yeah, where you going? So what, you two gonna talk to us?
That's right, folks. Feminist trope number 4. All men are potential rapists. And this scene plays out in a lot of ways like the Dawn scene from Captain Marvel. So much for originality. And when Jen goes and hulks out, these two morons go and hold each other for comfort, screaming like pansies. Where have I seen this before?
Hi.
That's right, fucking Moon Knight. In both instances, this is not how men respond to terror. And now Jen is taken to Mexico to Bruce's secret banner lab, where he's gonna go and try to train Jen. But remember, folks, according to intersectional feminist storytelling, you can't have a man mentor a woman. So basically, Jen does everything great on her own, and she doesn't have to train or need Bruce's help for that matter. Everything that Bruce can do, Jen can do better. And we've seen this type of storytelling coming from Disney before. Obviously from The Last Jedi with Rey, where she goes and meets up with Luke Skywalker. She doesn't need no training, she could figure it out on her own, especially if that training's coming from a man. And the exact same pattern repeats with Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers gets her powers from Marvel, who is the real Captain Marvel. And again, because we're dealing with intersectional feminist storytelling, they have to change the origin story, so she gets it from an explosion instead, and they go and gender swap Marvel. So we've seen this all before. It wasn't popular then, and it's not popular now. And this is the reason why we call it the hero's journey, because there really isn't one. In the end, it just makes for boring storytelling, and some really lackluster female characters, which honestly is a shame, because She-Hulk, if done right, could have been a fantastic series, especially if it was based off the John Byrne run. But no, we get this horse shit instead, where Jen goes and lectures Bruce on how she's a better Hulk because she can control her anger better than he can, because feminist paper cuts.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
But we can't pretend like we aren't two of the few people on Earth that can actually protect her, which is why we have to make sure of your ability to tolerate distress and regulate your emotions, especially your anger.
Well, here's the thing, Bruce. I'm great at controlling my anger. I do it all the time. When I'm catcalled in the street.
Oh my god, catcalling, oh no. I get it, it's annoying, but Jesus fucking Christ, are you kidding me? But there are far worse things than catcalling, like being a woman in her 30s who no longer gets catcalled. It's that cold realization that you've basically aged out, and men no longer find you as attractive as you once were.
When incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I do it.
Yeah, because that shit never happens to men. Never in my career has some incompetent moron told me how to do my job. Please, God, shoot me. Yes, this is a problem exclusively reserved for women.
Pretty much every day, because if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult.
You are kind of coming off as being difficult right now.
Or might just literally get murdered.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure if she's just referring to, like, in general, like if a woman disagrees with a man, she's gonna get murdered, or if she's referring to domestic abuse. Because this idea that women need to live in perpetual fear of men is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Can you imagine judging all women based off the actions of one individual or a handful of terrible women? Like Lorena Bobbitt. Imagine going and judging all women as if they were Lorena Bobbitt, potentially waiting to go and cut your dick off. Sometimes I think that these type of arguments give me brain damage, but that's what feminists do. They think all men are potential murderers or rapists, etc., etc., duplicitous assholes, incompetent morons. You get the point. Like I said, this is Misandry, the TV series.
Oh, I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you.
No, Jen. Never mind the fact that Bruce witnessed his own mother being murdered right in front of him. But no, catcalling. Bruce will never know your struggles, Jen. He will never know. You can go fuck right off with that shit. The show is stupid and is written by unoriginal hacks. And on top of that, we have the atrocious CGI. Oh my god, it's so awful. And then there's the editing, which is absolutely horrible. I've seen better edits on fan films. And remember, folks, this is a professional production. It's like somebody sent over the rough cut and Disney is like, yeah, okay, that works, we're good. Oh, and the final fight scene at the very end, oh my god, is it awful. Apparently the actress that played Titania almost broke her butthole. But you know what? At least her tits look great. And that's pretty much it. So I bet you're asking yourself, who is this show for anyway? Well, that's pretty obvious. Single women in their mid-30s that are unhappy with their careers and themselves, who don't want to take any kind of responsibility for their own actions, and therefore they go and blame everybody else. Because, you know, the patriarchy. It's kind of sad to see that the MCU went from this to this. Long gone are the days of good triumphing over evil. Now we're just gonna get slice-of-life TV shows and a bunch of mediocre movies. Actually, I wouldn't even go that far. Those movies are garbage. That's right, folks. The MCU is officially dead. So comics, how do you rate the first episode of She-Hulk? Well, I give it 1.5 Lorena Bobbits out of 5. I'll catch you next time, folks.